back to the second episode on the ClarkeCraft server. It's been about a week since the first episode, and I thought before we head off to our base, I thought we'd just have a quick look and see what our spawn area looks like now. As you can see, it's grown a little bit since last week. We've got several builds. One over there. This new one, which is I've just seen today, only just started apparently. And then a little bit of work on his castle and his house in the background. Unfortunately, the mech idea has fallen through because the player involved has actually gone on holiday. Has over quite a few, so there are only two other players busy at the moment on the server, but they're making nice progress, and I see them on at least once a day. So I think it's time now to head down to our base and see what we're going to be doing in this episode. Now, at the end of the last episode, we had just finished building the structure of our house, and it hadn't really been decorated yet, but in the last week I've decided that I'd decorate it off camera. As you see, we've just added some face posts there to give it a little bit of depth. On the inside, we've built a little crafting area, got some chests, we've got a bed, storage area. As you see, I've done a lot of mining in the background, and a little bit of farming. I made an armor stand, and this is actually my second, well, this armor on this stand over here is actually the first set, and I'm wearing my second set of armor. This set was almost destroyed, but I thought I'd save it for this video and save it just to use as decoration. As you can see, I've got some enchanted diamond boots. I was hoping to get feather falling or auto strider, and I got neither, but still they are better than my old boots, so I thought I'd keep them. Now, I learned some lessons from the first episode. First of all, it was 30 odd minutes long, and I thought that's a little bit long for a Minecraft Let's Play. The problem was that I had to do a lot of the resource gathering and a lot of the background work on camera, and when I was actually editing it, I thought maybe I could cut it out, but I'd actually done a bit of talking through it, and some of the things that I'd said later on wouldn't have made sense unless you heard the first part, which kind of caused a few problems. So I kept it in, and I realized that 38 minutes, I think it was in the end, is a little bit long, but I hope you'll accept that. This episode will be a bit shorter. I'm hoping for around 20 minutes maximum, and I've actually gathered the resources and put the resources that we're going to be using today for at least one of our projects where they need to be already. So without further ado, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to build ourselves our own chicken farm. And this one is going to be fully legit. There won't be any spawning of items. The eggs I've gathered naturally over the past week. I've just been looking at chickens. I've got 30 so far. And I've just spent the last 10 minutes crafting all the hoppers and the dispensers and things required for this build. I haven't quite come up with a transport system around this area yet, so for now I thought the easiest way to cross would be via boat. I know I'm going across to the other side of my little lagoon here, which may seem a bit silly, but you've heard the noise that chicken farm can produce, and I thought that being right near my base would drive me insane. So I thought this little piece of wall here, maybe we can put like a KFC sign up. But I've got all the resources here already. As you see, we've got a chest, we've got 2 redstone repeaters, a redstone comparator, 5 hoppers, some stone slabs, although we actually only need 1, a dispenser, some redstone, some glass, and a bucket of lava. Now the lava is obviously used to cook the chicken, and I thought we're going to put it in this space here. So I'm just going to go cut this out quickly. Alright, here we are. We have now emptied the space. I have to admit I didn't quite realize how short this little hill was. It doesn't go back very far. But I've lit up the area. I know it's night time, but we're going to risk it. I don't think there'll be any mobs right up close right now. So we're going to start us off with, we're going to start with a chest in the middle, and I want it to be around there. We are then going to put a hopper aiming into that chest, and on top of that we'll go a half slab. Then right behind that, I'm just going to use some cobble to make it happen. We are going to put a dispenser. We can actually just use some cobble for now just to close it all off. Just for now, we'll make it look a bit better now. Then you have, oh, that's too low. Gonna have to fix that up quick. Generally when building, especially redstone contraptions, I always use one sort of block to signify redstone. That way I know that if I'm digging through in my base trying to add on something and I see that block, I know I mustn't touch it because it actually will hold either a repeater or redstone dust or something to do with the redstone circuit somewhere in my base. Normally it's a clad wool, normally red or yellow, but in this case I had some extra granite and I thought, well, let's just use that. So here we have our dispenser and our block. What we're going to do is we're going to put a comparator running out, a repeater straight after that to amplify the signal. We're also going to put a repeater here which will power dispenser, and then we're going to run redstone around to it like that. What that means is if I put a block, say a block of diorite in, what happens is the comparator activates because it detects a block inside the dispenser, runs a redstone pulse which is amplified or repeated by the repeater here, and it runs it through to this repeater which powers the dispenser, which shoots it off. And because we've got a half slab and then a hopper underneath it, the block is in the chest. Obviously when we have chicken eggs being fired through, it won't actually put the eggs in the chest, it'll try and create chickens. But for now, while testing it with solid blocks, that's what happens. However, there is one downside to this. If I try and put a whole stack of, say, cobblestone in, it triggers once, because the comparator's detected that there's a block inside, it's still active and it's not going to trigger again. It has to deactivate then reactivate for it to trigger again. However, there's a simple fix for that. You just run the redstone dust back into the comparator and that happens. It'll run through all 17 blocks and you'll find them all in your chest below. And that's what we're going to have to do in case you have two chickens that create eggs at the same time. The dispenser could get backed up and then your whole circuit stops working. And then it's very annoying to have to do it one at a time after that. Then we are going to take our hoppers and we're going to run the hopper out of the dispenser, or sorry, should I say into the dispenser, up, and then across, like that. Now your chickens will sit here, make eggs, which will then run through the hoppers and into the dispenser, which will then shoot the egg out and try and create a chicken in this block here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put the andesite down, which I've chosen as our front block just to make it look pretty. However, I will be using glass for the front so you can actually see the chickens, both the ones that are producing eggs and the ones that are in the cooker. It does sound a little bit evil, but unfortunately that's what has to happen. We're then going to take glass, which is over there. Put a block here. Thankfully with glass you can still open chests, it doesn't count as a solid block. What we have to do then is go around the back. First we have to actually pick it up. We take our lava bucket. And actually I'm going to take my lever as well. We are going to fill in andesite at the back here, which I'll explain why in a second. And this block over here, we're going to put our lava in. Now if you look from the front, oops, it does help if you put the glass in the front. I guess, but anyway, alright, we live and learn, right? Here's how it works. The eggs get put into the hoppers, they run through the dispenser and get dispensed out here. Little chickens can stand on this block and not get caught by the lava, but the second they grow to full adult, the lava burns them and they drop cooked chicken, which is then collected by the hopper and deposited in this chest. The one that spawns me working overtime, and I keep going there and there's no chicken, meaning people are taking chicken, which is fine, I suppose, that's what it's there for. I should have actually brought some ladders. But for now, we will just improvise, I guess. So we will just put a block there. And this becomes a chicken enclosure. From which I will have to throw in all my eggs. Let me just go fetch them quickly. Oh, the lever. I always put a lever down so I can bypass the circuit. Basically what this does is, even if the chickens lay eggs, they'll just sit in the dispenser and they won't actually be triggered out. I do that to collect eggs because I mean I only have 32 eggs here, which will not be enough to create many chickens, and you need as many chickens in the top compartment as possible. So essentially that just makes the eggs sit in the dispenser. I can then collect them, come back up here and shoot some more in. So for now we're just going to throw some eggs. Hopefully we'll get at least one or two. There's one. Should still be down there. Yes, I can see it. 2, 3. Okay, so we've got 3 for now. And we're just going to close up front here. And I'm going to close those sides there. Not that they can get out. Alright. And there you have it, our new chicken cooker. I'm going to let this run for a while, mainly so I can collect some eggs and create some more chickens, hopefully. And then we'll come back to it a bit later and see if we've actually got some decent chicken. And let's move on. We are standing over here by my sheep. As you see, we don't have that many yet, and we have no pigs. I had a pig last episode, but somehow it died. And I've purposely not done anything with the animals during this last week, so I really want to do it on camera for the next episode. So what I'm going to do is, until we've finished our underground base, whoops, spoilers, I'm going to just make another little pen here for pigs, and another one for not sheep, sorry, for cows. And for now, that will be where we keep them until we move them to their new location. I've got some ladders, because as you see, we've got a ladder over there so we can get out. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing here. And we've got may have actually gone a little bit too far. Hey, so these are 3 blocks wide. And so you've got your 3 blocks. And they do go quite far back. Got a ladder. This one will be exactly the same as that one. Oops. I really shouldn't try and sing on camera. No one wants to hear that. And there we go. We could try and put dirt there, but I don't think it's needed because this is actually just a temporary measure. And looking at it, yeah, we don't have enough space for another one. But we no longer need our pumpkin farm because we have a nice one by our house over there. And we can just move these crops up a bit, so we just make it here. Potatoes have to go. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. About that length. Correct. And we put a ladder there. And then you go down one. And there you go. You got sheep, pigs, and cows. You see grass already started to grow. Now, it took me an hour to find a swamp the other day. I had to go some 1,500 blocks off that way. And I managed to find 3 slime balls. And then I managed to find a slime chunk just over the hill right here. And I built a basic slime farm. Using that, I managed to get some slime balls. So we can now make a leash. I actually just have to look up the recipe quickly because I haven't made one in a long time. Okay, so apparently each leash requires 4 string. Luckily, I found some nice spiders nearby, which have donated some of their web. Alright, and then we're going to make 2 leads. So if I'm not mistaken, it was 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. Oh, and I see it actually makes 2. That's brilliant. So 1 slime ball for 2 leads. And we may as well just make the rest as well then. There we go. Now we just have to go find some pigs. And if I remember correctly, there's a pig. So I had to go a bit further than I expected. Somewhere around here. But I managed to find both a cow and 2 pigs, which is brilliant. I just need 1 more cow, and then obviously you can start breeding them. And there's one right over there. How perfect is that? We have a pair of each. Let's just grab you. Come here. There's a 3rd cow there, but I only have 4 leashes, and I don't actually need 3 cows. Come on. Let's grab you. And let's grab you. And let's grab you. Right. Now, this is the part I've never tested before. Can I take them across the water? Yes, it works fine. Alright, brilliant. So off we go. No, I've lost one. Where's his leash? Oh no, I've lost 2. Alright. It's getting annoying now. Okay. Got you back. I can't see what happened to the 4th leash. Okay, we know where he is. We'll take the 3 for now. We'll come back. Come on. Of course, it is night time now, so we may have some mobs to get past. Oh dear. No, 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 no. Right, try and get this pig down without killing it. Come on. Clever pig. I think there's one more up there somewhere, but we'll do them one at a time, just so I make sure I get this one in safely. Don't fall in, don't fall in, don't fall in. Come in, this one. Okay. 3 of the 4 rescued so far. And here we are. We have, oopsie, 2 pigs, several sheep, and 2 cows. Now I actually came across this final sheep my way back down. In fact, it's the second sheep I came across. The first one said hello when it got too close to a creeper and unfortunately didn't make it, but I managed to find this guy by our chicken farm. So there we go, and we can now come to this farm over here. Harvest our carrots. And you always replace what you taken. I really need Depth Strider. And we'll just give them some privacy. I'll come back and there's a pig. Now I cannot remember if cows are the same. No, they like wheat. Luckily we have some wheat as well. Plant these farms. And there you go. We are on our way. Okay, fine, there you go. To having a lot more animals that we can use. Obviously, pigs are for pork chops, and cows are for their hides for making books. We need their leather. Right. While we're on the subject, let's just go take a very quick look at our chicken farm. I see the chickens have grown up. But remember, there are only 3 of them. Didn't think so. So let's see if they've produced any eggs. No, not a single egg yet. We will of course come and clean the back of this up later on. That also works, I guess. Alright, so we've now got one more chicken up there. And I think we'll have to get back to that on the next episode, because I think that's all I have time for, and I don't want to take up any more time waiting for eggs to be created. Therefore, I think this will end. Well, that is it for today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I will get back to you in the next episode briefly on how well our chicken farm's working. I'm actually going to AFK for a while just so that eggs are produced. Next episode we will be doing some building in our house, but it's going to be a little bit of a secret, so it's going to be the start of our base, I suppose you could say, and hopefully we can use this lagoon behind us in the future for some interesting projects. But for now, I'm Captain Clark, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.